This is Deborah Atkinson, and you're listening to the Voice for Fitness Professionals podcast, where I share programming, marketing, and promotion strategies that are easy, enjoyable, even fun, so you can create a business and a life you love. Right now, I am going to give you 23 social media tips for personal trainers and health coaches so that you can boost your fitness brand presence right now. Let me tell you where these have come from. Over the last 3 weeks, I have participated in 2 panels and 1 combined club industry and Sarah City workout conference for women in leadership positions in the fitness industry. And I have tapped in to the people I've been sitting with on my right side, my left side, and the people who were at the front of the room while I was listening to them before I would go on. And I have gathered this list of 23 social media tips for you. And I'm going to go through them in rapid fire. So I'm not going to be spending a lot of time illustrating any of them. I will give you a couple of sentences about them. So I highly encourage you to come back to the show notes, download the worksheet that I have not even created yet. In fact, I'm so tempted to release this episode because I want to get this into your hands as quickly as possible. These are right now tips. So if I were to write a book, and I have on social media for personal trainers and health coaches, published by Healthy Learning just about 2 years ago, almost right now, it gets outdated. So the purpose of the book that I wrote was to make sure that you know the questions to keep asking. Make sure you know the things to keep measuring. And what the bottom line is on social media marketing never changes. It really, sometimes when you dive into it, will either point to a strength or to weaknesses you have in your overall marketing umbrella, because you can't separate the two. Social media marketing is now a genre for your entire marketing. It has to be included, not isolated. Your social media marketing intern or manager should not be posting in isolation without consulting the rest of you and what else is going on and the timing and the type of those posts. So here we go. Number 1, these are 23 because I started with 20 and there were 3 more juicy ones that I just couldn't leave out. Number 1, pick the platform your best customer, not just your demographic, your best customer. Know where your buyers are hanging out and where they are, and own that first before you spread yourself thin elsewhere. If you're already on all the sites, let some of them go dark or be quieter for a little while, or use them in such a way that you'll say, hey, I have posted X to your first priority site. So it might be, hey, I've posted a new video on YouTube. Go watch it. Here's the link. And that might be what you post on Facebook. It might be what you post on Twitter. And it might be what you post in LinkedIn. Now, Facebook and any platform doesn't like it when you take people off the platform. But Twitter is designed for that kind of use. So it's not going to be so negative there. You could potentially natively upload the video directly to LinkedIn and get a little bit more traffic, but you get the idea. Pay attention and love one platform first. Number 2, schedule your posts based on when your customer, remember the buyers, is using a platform. Create the schedule and stick to it. For instance, if the majority of your fans are on at 4, 5, and 6 p.m., then your time zone, then it's fairly even, but Tuesday and Wednesday are the biggest days. That tells you a lot about when you should be posting key material, say leading up to a launch. Number 3, post organically in real time when possible. Right now, this is emerging. There are so many schedulers like Hootsuite or later that allow you to schedule posts ahead of time that could release tomorrow, next week, later this afternoon. But Organic posting is showing a bigger reach than scheduled posts across most platforms for influencers. When I say influencers, big, heavy hitters with hundreds of thousands or even millions of followers. If that's true for them, they can see it bigger than we can. If we have a small audience right now, you need to play the same game. You can plan your post and have them queued up somewhere. There are tools that do that and ready to go with the image, the headline or subject line, and the text. But have someone or you post in real time. Number 4, user insights every week. They should dictate what you post, what you don't post, the medium of your post. Is it a longer text, a shorter text, an image, a video? What kind of image? They also tell you, those insights, if you're reaching and growing the audience you're targeting. Let's say this. You're targeting women 45 to 60 for a special class. And what you find on your Facebook insights is that you're attracting, and your biggest market there is between 25 and 34. Well, you're not hitting the mark for your buyers. So something needs to change. Maybe it's the images need to depict older women and or need to depict not weights, not cardio equipment, but what women want, the transformation. So think about what your insights tell you and use them. They're free. Number 5, there is a hashtag strategy, and you should be using it. On Instagram right now, 11 to 29, and I say 29 because the limit is 30, but if you go over, you'll be hurting yourself. 11 to 29 hashtags that are relevant to the post. So for instance, if you post on different topics, you're posting on fitness, you're posting on nutrition, and maybe on mindset, or 2 out of 3 of those, or different ones. Your tags, your hashtags should reflect that it's food, healthy food, recipes. And likewise, if it's exercise, it's core exercise, personal trainer, exercise demonstration, exercise videos. Have those queued up in your notes to copy and paste, but then specialize or customize for every post. If you're done with hashtags, you don't have to add more to try to get to the quota. Choose the best hashtags and then leave it alone. Number 6, put hashtags on Instagram posts in the first comment, not directly in your post, not even if you put dot, return, so it's down below. Put them in the first comment and don't weave them into your post, which makes it so difficult to read. Emojis, fine. Hashtags, not so much. Number 7, research your hashtags with low and moderate and heavy use. If you're going to choose fitness and fitness motivation and Motivation Monday, you're going to get lost because those have millions and millions of posts. But you may get found and grow more easily if you really niche down and say, okay, well, on this page or on this profile, we're really serving women, or we're really talking about yoga. So say yoga for fitness, or, fitness for women, very specific to you and what it is you're doing. Women who lift, women who run, at-home fitness. And go and look at how many people are using that hashtag. And use that so that you have a variety spread out. The smaller you are right now, the more you go with low or moderate, a little bit of heavy use, but don't get too deep there in the woods unless you're the big heavy hitter. Be sure you tell your audience, if you create and use your own hashtags, hey, use this. Let's be able to find each other. And be okay with the idea that other people are using it too, because every little bit helps. The smaller you are and the more you use those lesser used hashtags, the better. Think of it as long tail word phrase in SEO. You get fewer people overall, but more of the right people. Number 8, don't forget your content bank. What is that? You've already probably created videos and articles or blogs. Maybe you already are podcasting, or you've been a guest on a podcast. Those are pieces of content that are your assets. They can become images and lists that become infographics, or they become a meme that you'll use to take people to that place where it is on your website. Long videos can become multiple teasers for your programs or long content. Are you reinventing the wheel constantly when you post? You should be using those posts that you've already created and that have done well. Don't only focus on more material like that, but on repurposing that same content. There are new people all the time coming to your site and to your pages and your posts, liking you. Show them the same posts they otherwise wouldn't see. It can be a trip down memory lane for your loyal fans. They are not going to be upset if you show them the same thing twice. Add an introduction to you for your new fans and followers. Number 9, introduce yourself regularly. So use a season or an event, say an anniversary, a threshold of fans. You get over 3,000 or 30,000, whatever it might be, as an excuse to introduce yourself on your platforms. Don't assume they know what you stand for already. Share your mission, your why, and let them know you better with a longer description of you. Break it up with emojis and spaces. Number 10, choose your titles wisely. This is definitely true for video content either loaded to Facebook natively or to YouTube. It's also true of your blogs or your podcasts, as it is your subject lines in your emails. Here's a favorite tool. Mine is called, if you type in Headline Analyzer into Google, you will go to CoScheduler and their tool. You can use it for free. So if it says you have to sign up, you can click right out of that and you enter the headline that you were thinking of using. So great rule of thumb, if you're going to create a headline that matters because you've got a piece of content you need to get a lot of eyeballs on, practice writing at least 10. But a lot of great resources will suggest write at least 20. Keep playing with it, keep tweaking. And this headline analyzer will help you do that and stay focused. So that's just a little extra addition. Okay, hang in there. So 10 or 11 we're on. Make more than one unique content sharing post. Let's break that down. So if you have a blog, somewhere in that blog you made an awesome quote. Maybe you quoted somebody famous or you wrote something that is noteworthy. A sentence in there that you know this is like the pivot point and the whole summary or piques interest for somebody who would be interested in the topic and should be reading it. Use it. You can put it on a brand colored background, create a small meme, and then link to the URL in the image so that you can post it and take people directly where you want them to go. That's one idea. Maybe use a statistic like 26, and that's the big number. And people will be curious, why are you posting the number 26? And maybe it's 26 seconds is all it takes for any lotion or makeup or lipstick to get into your bloodstream. So make sure it's toxic free or toxin free. So just a sample, but what else could you use and pull out of those pieces of content like articles and blogs, quotes? If you did an interview, it's really easy, right? Because you can pull a quote out from somebody that you interviewed. And your people, when you're posting those, to make sure that all eyeballs that are seeing your social posts are actually coming over to your website, everybody's going to react to a slightly different thing. And if they haven't seen it or they saw it and they were busy, seeing another one taking them to the same place kind of gives you this circle of everything is here, going to pull them in to the same post. So if you create content, you take up your time, which is money, right? And your energy and thought processes preparing it. Make sure you get eyes on it and you've got a next step that you want people to take. As a part of the social 365 system that I teach how to create 6 slices of juicy social posts from any one piece of content. We're going to give it a lot of legs, and those are the wheels on the bus. Content is the bus. If you'd like, you can click on the show notes and get a complimentary consultation. We'll talk for 20 minutes about how I could help you understand that social 365 and implement it in your business right now. Number 12, short and long posts, videos, they work for different reasons. Short posts work for short attention spans, and they may grow your following because you give somebody something they can watch and get a quick win in a minute or 2 minutes. Short videos are seen for a greater percentage of time. That's important on Facebook and on YouTube uploaded videos. Long videos get viewed more minutes, at least if you hold their attention, right? Important on YouTube for them helping you to show up in recommended videos. All those videos that show up on your right side of your screen when you're scrolling in YouTube, they're doing that for you if they think you're relevant. People like you. People are really watching your videos. They'll continue to show you to people who are looking for your type of material. Keep doing both. Alternate shorter and longer content. Short ones can gain you the ability to reach more people when you're launching, and then longer ones can actually give them the information, the why, the what you do when it's time. And those people who are really interested and or who are analytical and take more time to make decisions are going to love those. 13, follow anybody else to mimic only what those people do if they have the same business model as you. And here's how you know. Unless you know them and their back end and you've gone through, I'm going to go to their website. I'm going to opt in for their free thing. I'm going to see what their services and products are. You won't know that. Here's the other thing. You don't know if they're making money. Popularity is not the same as making money. But you want to be sure that there are influencers and there are people who are service providers. Personal trainers and health coaches are service providers. You may gain fame because you do a really good job of it, but an influencer is someone who also makes a share of their money by sponsors, by advertisers paying to be on their channel because they've got a big audience. Now, for most of us, if you allow monetizing, you allow advertisements to go on your channel, it may buy you lunch. It's going to pay a little bit for the time and the energy that you take creating videos and putting them up there, but it's really not doing a lot else, right? So if you really want to sell and change lives, the personal training packages, the group programs, and digital online programs, you have a different model than an influencer. So know who you're looking at for advice. It could be different than yours. So the biggest piece here is 500 engaged buyers who follow you may be more lucrative than 50,000 or 500,000 fans who like someone else. So be careful. If you're making money, trust that you're on the right path and you're monetizing it. Number 14, have a back end. You don't start with social media unless you're testing the waters and listening and adjusting what you post to find out what demand exists for the products that you will create. Really smart to get some background knowledge about what does your ideal customer want before you go about creating what they need, right? Ultimately, what do you want them to do next? You've got to know that. What's the next step on the path? And you're never probably on social media going to meet somebody for the first time who sees a funny post and likes it and move them to buy a program that's $200 or $2,000 or $20,000. Now, each of those is going to take just a little bit longer to get them to do something, right? So it may not take very long to get them to buy something that's $20. It may take a little longer, nurturing them with a few emails to get them to buy something that's $200. Before they know, like, and trust you, they're not going to do that. But to get somebody to do something that's $20,000, you've got to make sure you're attracting the right kind of people, right? So make sure that you know, however, what you want them to do, and then always condition them to do something, a call to action, whether that is a click to buy or just a click to get a free quick win, your freemium, your freebie that you've created for them. Trust me, nobody wants your newsletter, so don't offer that. Have them also, though, answer a question, tag a friend, scroll through the pictures that you have to the right of Instagram. Before you post, know what's the purpose of my post, not just to change mindset, to influence, to make somebody smile, but to have them take an action. Because every time you condition them to take an action when they see your post, you're engaging them. That helps your post and reach grow. And it also conditions them so that when you post, there's a special going on or there's something special that you're going to want to know about. Click here for more. They will. Number 15, respect the platform. At the end of the day, every platform, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, or others, wants viewers to stay on the platform. So don't take them off with every post. Somewhere between 25 and 75% of the time, channels are finding work for them, those influencers. That's a wide range, right? So that would mean maybe 1 out of 4 posts, you put your URL where you want somebody to go and opt in for your freebie. Or others are finding they can do it 3 times out of 4 times. Now, to err on the conservative side is probably the wise thing. Get a handle on, as we do this, how much traffic is actually coming in from this site, and then try it after a couple of months of establishing, here's our norm, here's our level. What happens if you dial it up and you try and take them off 50% of the time? And if you see your reach, your shares, the people whose eyeballs are on it, and the comments go down, maybe an indication that you're pushing the envelope a little bit too much. So on YouTube, you're going to choose to have them do something else by ask for more than a like, a comment, or share, but have them watch another related video or a playlist. If YouTube selects the best for the customer, that actually will help you a little bit. So it's very tempting to have somebody watch another one of your videos or go to your playlist. But if you can allow YouTube to choose the best for the customer, YouTube says, team player, we like this channel. Number 16 is use live video, period, exclamation point. Video at all is the best way to be seen and shared. Live video on Facebook, on Instagram, and now on YouTube and LinkedIn will help you. It'll boost your reach, but you also want to take that boosted reach and boost it on Facebook. Give it a push, especially those that are lead or sale generating, those that are going to result in you've provided a link in the comments to go here to take the next step with me, get the freebie, get the worksheet I created, get the 5-step warm-up that you need to get more out of your workout plan, whatever that might be. Definitely boost them. And when you're boosting a live video that's already starting to get some traction, it will cost you far less than boosting some other kind of post. 17, use comments when you live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and IG. Add your link to your promotion in the comments. Remember that, and not in the text. 18, post better, not more content. Experiment. What used to be true about you needed to post 10 to 14 times a day on Twitter. Who has time for that? 4 times a day on Facebook, kind of getting around the clock, just isn't true anymore. It's overwhelming to viewers. Too many of us are posting too much stuff of too little value. Post better quality less often. Give them an opportunity to see it. Don't bury yourself in your own timeline. 19, partner with others. So you've got twice as many audience members to share with. Whether you're partnering with others, you're hosting them on your podcast, you're interviewing somebody and then blogging about it, you're doing a YouTube video together, providing an interview, and it's on your channel, potentially live or recorded, but they too can share it to their channel and share it out to their audience. You've got twice as many eyeballs. You're expanding yourself. Super smart thing to do. Invite guests to do live Facebook with you or live streaming on YouTube. You've got all kinds of possibilities. 20, multitask by creating lives across all of your platforms at the same time. Go live everywhere. I'm right now sitting at my desk. I'm staring at notes right here on my laptop, but to my right side is my desktop. My phone is sitting right here in front of me as well. Isn't that the way we live today, right? So with all 3 of those on a different platform, I could be going live to Facebook, live to Instagram and live or recorded to Instagram or Instagram TV. So, and let me just make sure I said that, Facebook to YouTube and then to Instagram. But you can multi-purpose, right, or repurpose content. But this is one way of using the same content in all places at the same time. But what you do is create an "I see you everywhere" response from your customers and your fans. Exactly what you want. Because that person they see everywhere, they think of as the expert and the credible person they need. 21. Ask your customers, when in doubt about where to be, what platform, or at least where to be first, ask them. They choose, not you. The advice given too much is choose a platform that you like, that you'll use, and own it first. But here's the deal. If you're targeting women between, just an example here, 45 to 60, they're on Facebook. If you choose Instagram, you will potentially create a beautiful profile and beautiful page, and they won't be there. They will be eventually in the future. So it's probably going to be something you need to start and grow and nurture, but not to put all of your time and attention in right now, because they're simply not there. They are on Facebook and they are on YouTube. Know where you need to be. That statement is equally as true, and there should be equal conviction about who you are targeting. So if you're targeting males between 35 and 55, where are they? You need to know the answer to that question. If you're targeting maybe college-age students between 18 and 24, where are they? You need to know the answer to that question. And how do they like to consume information comes right on that. Do they like to watch a video? Do they then want to listen, or do they want to read text? Think about that and let it lead you. 22, use tools wisely. So some tools, fewer but better tools, more important. Don't get overwhelmed here in the grass, right? So TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy.com. For YouTube supports that platform. You'll get custom keyword strategies, go through systematic ways to take care of all the things that matter and make your videos rise to the top. It's both a reminder of what you should be doing for every video, and it's a research tool. Not all tools are created equally, so you can plan and post ahead of time, remember that, but it's not always the best thing to do. Even using Facebook to plan Facebook posts or YouTube to plan YouTube posts will get you less traction than uploading in real time. Keep that in mind. 23, use playlists and add videos to playlists in YouTube, which encourages people to view the video they see and then roll right into the next. Now, you've got to make the playlists relative to each other. So if you're doing a whole segment on core exercise and you've got a video showing core exercise, the next one also should show core exercise, not how to avoid ankle sprains, right? It's got to be relevant or you'll lose them and they won't trust you or be back. Playlists on Facebook also are possible if you're not using them. It's a way you can help viewers return to your content that you've created, and maybe you've done lives on metabolism or fat loss or weight loss, and you can sequence them so that there are, say, 3 in that playlist. You organize it for them and make it so much easier and user friendly, so they'll be back. So that was number 23, and that is your list. If this all feels a little bit overwhelming, or maybe it's feeling doable, but you need to get a handle on how do I start, connect for a special coaching offer that will get you in the habit of creating content that you can then monetize. Think of it that way as opposed to how do I monetize my social? What you're really doing is using social to monetize your content. Your content lives on your website. Your website is closer to your store. And everyone in 2019, regardless of what age and demographic they're in, would prefer to buy online out of convenience, no kidding, than to come in or write you a check. Doesn't matter if you are a single trainer or personal trainer or coach or program director, people want to make it easier to buy online, and they're now feeling like that's safer. Stop the madness of posting without a next step or trying to post flyers or your schedules or posting sales that turn platforms against you and alienate your fans. If you have a question, I would love for you to use it below the show link at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/social media tips. There's a dash between each of those words. And I would so appreciate it if you leave a rating in iTunes. Remember that at this post in the show notes, fitnessmarketingmastery.com/social media tips, I'm creating a quick handout so that you can go through with each of these steps, have it written down, not just the transcript, but actually have a little worksheet of when you're ready for this particular step. And don't try to tackle all 23 at once, but some of these you're probably already doing. Some of them you need to push a little bit further or change a little bit. And I'll give you a worksheet where you can make sure you've done this step, you've done your hashtag research, for instance, and you've got 3 sets of hashtags for all the potential topic posts that you do. What are you waiting for? Start making a difference today, a bigger difference in both your time, energy, and money on social media, and a bigger difference in the lives of the people you serve.